Hi and welcome to CBN4's Primetime News Package for today. I'm your presenter, Arlian Christopher. Let's take a look at the headlines for today. A new program to be launched to help reduce diabetic amputations in Dominica. And Dominica signs an agreement with the World Bank. And Iran vows to restart nuclear program if a deal collapses with the US. Stay tuned for these and other stories when CBN4's Primetime News Package returns. We'll be right back.
Sweet talk, dear man, never lot of that. Yes, I. You don't know it's your boy Trilogy, urging everybody, young and old, to stay strong and stay healthy. You don't know we're doing it for 2018. Boom.
Welcome back once again to CBN4's Primetime News Package. The Ministry of Health and Social Services will soon launch a new pharmaceutical program to curtail amputations correlated with diabetes. The new pharmaceutical program is Herbeprot P and was announced by the Minister responsible for Health and Social Services, Honorable Kenneth Darrow.
We're about to start a pilot program to involve 45 patients, of course diabetic patients, okay, with varying degrees of foot ulcers. We know foot ulcers are a common occurrence among patients with diabetes. What this product is, it gets injected, okay, into the ulcer, and in the last 3 months you can begin to see, seriously visible results.
Herbeprot P is a novel pharmaceutical product which has been known for treating advanced diabetic foot ulcers. The Ministry of Health is therefore seeking to acquire the services of an angiologist that will help in starting off this program in the first instance.
These people would have to be in some sort of hospital setting and admitted, etc. It doesn't have to be at the hospital, but some sort of admission in a hospital-like setting to begin a program. So this angiologist will be here, of course, to evaluate, to assess the patient, because I said certain degrees, the ulcers would have been in various degrees and various degrees, etc. And the program can run. So we've got the monies approved. We've got the green light to get the monies approved. So in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think the director of this company will be making some rounds for some of the Caribbean islands that are going to start the pilot program. He'll be here in Dominica now to discuss it for us too, so we can put the logistic in place to start this program. These, as I said, have shown results as far as reducing the risk, right? The risk, yes, of amputation.
Herbeprot P has shown results as far as reducing the risk of amputations by as much as 75 to 80% in patients. And the government of Dominica has considered soap manufacturing necessary and has provided financial support towards the resumption of operation at the Dominica Coconut Products (DCP). Prime Minister Skerrit affirmed that the manufacturing of soap has played a critical role in the country's developments.
In May 2017, the government of Dominica signed a loan agreement with the Dominica Coconut Products Successors Limited to facilitate the acquisition of Colgate Palmolive and the recommencement of soap manufacturing in Dominica. In light of this, an amount of $5,443,800 was appropriated. Madam Speaker, soap manufacturing has indeed played a pivotal role in our nation through its impact on growth and employment. Hence, government considered necessary to provide some financial support towards the resumption of operations. And operations have in fact resumed, Madam Speaker.
And the 9th edition of Dominica's Jazz and Creole have already promised an exciting lineup with the likes of Michael Henderson, Dominica's Princess of Song, Xavier Strings, hailing from Trinidad and Tobago, Pan in Harmony, Ecstasy Band, and performers from the Swinging Stars Band, Stars. Representing Stars at a press conference organized by the Dominica Festivals Committee, Tasha Pelty urged patrons to come out and enjoy some wonderful atmosphere and music as Stars promises to bring out a diverse repertoire.
It's our very first time performing at the Jazz and Creole, and we're very thankful and grateful for you all to invite us on this beautiful journey that we're about to embark. We are also coming with a very, very diverse repertoire that we know that the Dominican patrons as well as the Jazz and Creole patrons who come every year over the past 9 years, I didn't even realize it was so long that this has been going on. We'll be having a very, very diverse repertoire for everybody, knowing that they will enjoy it and they will not be disappointed.
She confirmed that the Stars Band comprises of a very small section of the original Swinging Stars Band.
It's not everybody that you're accustomed to seeing. It's a very small combo put together that comprises of Cameron Douglas on the saxophone, Chester Later, that's Daddy Chess, and Tasha Pelty and myself on lead vocals, and we will also be having a surprise guest artist, so look out for that. So you have to come on down on May 20th at the Fort Shirley Cabrits National Park from 2 p.m. until. Come out in large numbers, and we ask and implore all Dominicans and visitors abroad to come and enjoy some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful atmosphere and beautiful music that we will be putting on for you guys. We encourage.
Dominica's 9th edition of the Jazz and Creole will be held on Sunday, May 20th, 2018 at the Cabrits National Park, beginning from 2 p.m. Stay tuned, we'll be back with more news right after this break.
Sweet talk, dear man, have a lot of that. Yes, I. You don't know it's your boy Trilogy, urging everybody, young and old, to stay strong and stay healthy. You don't know we're doing it for 2018. Boom. Sweet talk, dear man, have a lot of that. Yes, I. You don't know it's your boy Trilogy, urging everybody, young and old, to stay strong and stay healthy. You don't know we're doing it for 2018. Boom.
And welcome back. The government of Dominica has signed a $65 million agreement with the World Bank to support projects within the housing and agricultural sectors as Dominica continues in its mandate of building a climate-resilient nation. With an amount of $40 million under the housing program, up to 1,700 families will receive subsidies for rebuilding houses to the required specifications as prescribed post-Hurricane Maria. An estimated 4,900 farmers and fishers will receive support under the agriculture program to help restore livelihoods in that sector and to introduce and adopt climate-resilient practices. An amount of $25 million is being provided to the agriculture sector. The Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Lands, Honorable Johnson Drygo, said that this signing agreement is tangible demonstration for rebuilding Dominica.
Is a solid indication that we are well on our way to recovering and rebuilding our beloved country.
Drygo noted that the government of Dominica took a deliberate and bold decision of building Dominica back better and, of course, stronger.
We shall embrace the opportunity and gigantic challenge to changing this adversity brought onto this land around and make Dominica the #1 climate resilient country of the world. Thanks to the invaluable support and contribution of international development agencies like the World Bank, who has reliably stood at our side throughout. For this, I wish on behalf of the government and people of Dominica to express our highest consideration and gratitude to the country manager and the entire staff and management of the World Bank. While we bear witness to today's signing ceremony, it is opportune to reflect and recall that on August 27, 2015, that is 2 years and 8 months ago, the tropical storm.
The Prime Minister also branded the signing ceremony as very important and a source of hope for the citizens of Dominica.
We all know of the experiences which we went through with Maria, and we all have different stories to tell. But we also see the advent of Maria as an opportunity to build a stronger Dominica, not only in terms of the infrastructure, but also the human aspect of development, and also within our own financial systems. And this is why very literally a few days after the hurricane, because I addressed the United Nations on Saturday after the hurricane. So it told you how quickly we had to think of not only the present, but the future. And we felt that as a government, as a country, we had no choice but to pursue an agenda and a vision of building the world's first climate resilient nation. Now, for a small country like Dominica, this is a tall order.
The Prime Minister noted that it is beyond convincing that the government of Dominica will pursue this tall order. And also the Prime Minister said that he has confirmed the balance on the government's CBI account at the National Bank of Dominica on June 30th, 2017, and that was $177,660,299.54. He further stated that the balance in the government's CBI account on September 18th, 2017 was $166,452,527.18. This was in response to a request made by the opposition leader, Lennox Linton, for the Prime Minister of Dominica and the Minister of Finance to inform the House of Parliament of the balance in the government's CBI account at the National Bank of Dominica as of June 30th, 2017 and as of September 18th, 2017.
Month by month, September 18 to 30, 2017, 0 because of the hurricane. October 2017, $12,945,293.72. November 2017, $27,027,103.86. December $16,377,205.01. January 2018, $13,576,560.54, a total of $69,917,163.13.
The Prime Minister also responded to the complete list of expenditure from the government's CBI revenues for the period September 18, 2017 to January 31, 2018. In that list, he pointed out that salaries and monthly payments for December 2017 was well over $17 million.
Transfer out salaries and monthly payments, November 2017, $39,629,848, which means that public servants would not have gotten paid had it not been for the CBI, Madam Speaker. Transfer out salaries and monthly payments, December 2017, thanks to the CBI, $17,688,942,000, Madam Speaker. Had it not been for the CBI, none of us in Dominica would have gotten a salary in Dominica. So we say thank God for the CBI, Madam Speaker, and thank God for those who support the CBI in Dominica. There are no other CBI government accounts other than the one at the NBD. Madam Speaker, I felt like I was in a classroom reciting something. Lines, Madam Speaker.
And also in the news, the newly elected president of the National Youth Council of Dominica, Paul Barron, is fitting in nicely as the new head of the NYC. Barron was elected as the president of the National Youth Council of Dominica on April 28th. He won over his opponent, Firelander, by 58 votes to win the presidency seat at the Newtown Primary School. The new head of the council outlined a few things that have already transpired since taking up the leadership role of the council.
I've had a meeting with Mr. Binwa, Senator Binwa, as a transition meeting to determine at that point what was current of the council and things that needed my attention almost immediately. And of course his word of advice and on good governance, as it would mean taking over the reins of power from him. Since then, we have had our first executive meeting where I got the opportunity to sit across the table with the other individuals that were elected at the General Assembly to determine some of the things that we will need to do in the near future and the way forward for the council as such. Similarly, I've had a meeting with the staff here at NYC, the Secretariat, to look at the day-to-day function and operations of the office and what needed attention in the near future and also going forward. As an executive,
Barron confirmed that the new executive has sought to look at the approach that was taken from the previous executive in laying out the foundation. The new president, along with his new executive, have 3 working documents to work with. They include the executive agenda, the work plan for the next 2 years, and the institutional strategy. Paul Barron aims for the National Youth Council to hit the ground running by returning to the communities and strengthening youth groups.
Council is that of youth and registered youth groups at that. So one of the things that we'll do immediately starting as of June, which would mark our first quarter, is to go back into the communities to strengthen the youth groups and form, if necessary, new ones, and also to strengthen the district youth councils, which is a critical component of our framework from which we have to operate. That will take the format of youth forums, caucuses, and such. So once we have done that, we need the how do you best say it? The framework or of young persons across the island, because we are representing their interests. Okay.
After this is done, the National Youth Council will head into the implementation of the youth policy.
Played an integral role in the development of the policy, in lobbying for the policy, in wanting to become law by way of passing it through Parliament. We have done that on 2 occasions, the first of which was in 2004, and then in 2016 when it was reviewed by the good comrade Mr. Henry Charles, who is a consultant, renowned youth consultant. And within that policy lies a number of critical aspects which have significance to the lives of young people, and some of which are skills development, job creation. There's also a component which speaks to the Kalinago youth or Kalinago people at Biafra, and also individuals who are differently able. Okay, we believe that forms the blueprint, from which we can grow and develop as a people. Bearing in mind that Dominica has by far a vast population, the greater portion of the population being young, they themselves have articulated within the policy their needs. Okay, so we simply do not want it to become, at the end of the day, a document lying on a shelf somewhere.
And that was Paul Barron, the newly elected president of the National Youth Council of Dominica. And stay tuned, we'll be back with regional and international headlines coming up.
Sweet talk, dear man, never lot of that. Yes, I. You don't know it's your boy Trilogy, urging everybody, young and old, to stay strong and stay healthy. You don't know we're doing it for 2018. Boom.
Welcome back. Now with news from around the region. In a rare occurrence, a police officer charged with the fatal shooting of a 9-year-old girl has decided against fighting the charge and has pleaded guilty to manslaughter. Constable Walker Spike admitted guilt, going against the advice of his attorney, Peter Champagny, who told reporters that he believed his client had a reasonable chance of being acquitted if the case had gone to trial. The lawyer said his client had given him written instructions indicating that because of his religious beliefs now held, he could not, in all good conscience, contest the case. The 54-year-old officer will be sentenced on June 8th. 9-year-old Renee Lyons was killed when Constable Spike fired at a fugitive he was chasing in Majestic Gardens, St. Andrew on July 25, 2003. The child's death had led to protests by residents in the area, and Constable Spike, saying that he feared being killed, fled to the United States where he sought asylum. However, his request was denied and he was deported in 2011. He was subsequently charged. 2 employees of an aviation service company and 2 security guards are among 5 charged in what is reported to be the single largest cocaine bust at the Piarco International Airport in Trinidad and Tobago. The 5 individuals charged are accused of possession of almost 38.8 kilograms of cocaine with an estimated street value of $5.2 million. A statement from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service disclosed that the drugs were found in 2 suitcases which were being loaded into the cargo of the Caribbean Airlines aircraft that was about to depart for New York around 10:45 p.m. on Sunday. One suitcase contained 38 packages of cocaine while the other held 39. The arrest followed an investigation by the Organized Crime and Intelligence Unit. And from around the world, Israeli strikes on several areas of Syria overnight killed at least 23 fighters, including 5 Syrian regime troops and 18 other allied forces, a monitor said. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said an officer was among the regime troops killed in the strikes and that the casualties included foreigners. Israel's army said it hit dozens of Iranian military targets in Syria. The Russian Defense Ministry, whose country has forces in Syria supporting the regime, said 28 Israeli warplanes took part in the raids and around 70 missiles were fired. Areas near Damascus and in the southwest of Syria were among the targets, the observatory noted. Iran says it is ready to restart its nuclear program on an industrial scale in the wake of the decision by the US President Donald Trump to abandon the deal that curbs the country's nuclear ambitions. In a statement published early on Friday morning, Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif said he would embark on a round of international diplomacy to try and save the deal. At the same time, the country would make preparations to restart its program of nuclear enrichment, he said. Zarif's comment came as thousands of Iranians took to the streets in the largest demonstration since President Trump announced his decision to abandon the deal on Tuesday. Protesters burnt an American flag and rallied against the US and Israel after emerging from Friday prayers in Tehran. In a statement, Zarif accused Trump of ignorance and folly and said American foreign policy had dragged the Middle East into chaos. And stay tuned, some sporting highlights is up next.
Sweet talk, dear man, never lot of that. Yes, I. You don't know it's your boy Trilogy, urging everybody, young and old, to stay strong and stay healthy. You don't know we're doing it for 2018. Boom.
Thank you for staying with us. Former Pakistan spin maestro Mushtaq Ahmed will spend 4 weeks in the Caribbean from May 10th to June 7th to work with the current squad's training. Cricket West Indies approached Mushtaq to get involved in the high-performance program, with him agreeing to come initially for a 4-week stint. During this time, he will spend time with all our high-performance squads, international, A-team and women's. His time in the region fits perfectly with all the squads training for their respective tours. The New Zealand pair of Luke Ronchi and Mitchell McClenaghan complete the ICC World 11 lineup for the fundraising 2020 International against the Windies at Lord's on May 31st. The wicketkeeper batsman Ronchi and fast bowler McClenaghan join a host of stars who have already confirmed their participation in the Lord's match, which is being organized to raise funds for stadia in the Caribbean, which were damaged due to hurricanes last year. The team, to be led by England's limited overs captain Owen Morgan, includes Hardik Pandya and Danish Karthik, both from India, Shahid Afridi and Shoaib Malik, both from Pakistan, Shakib Al Hassan and Tamim Iqbal, both from Bangladesh, Thisara Pirara from Sri Lanka, and Rashid Khan from Afghanistan. Owen Morgan said, "It's a great honor to be leading a side which has a selection of players from a number of nations, and I can't wait to get onto the field for what promises to be an engrossing contest." And that takes us to the end of today's Primetime News package. On behalf of the entire CBN4 team, I am Alian Christopher saying thank you for watching, and do join us again next time.